and we're back for another episode. In this episode I'm going to be talking about how to get Fieldcraft Demateria III's and Master Demateria's pre 2.4 launch. Because what's happened now, that because the patch notes for patch 2.4 have been released, and patch 2.4 is coming out in like 2 days from now, the prices of materials that would usually be used in order to get Fieldcraft Demateria III's kind of easily have become absolutely ridiculous. You know, at least on my server. I mean, like before, some items like petrified logs and sheelite or whatever, those sort of mythology materials were costing about 6,000 to 8,000 gil each. Now they're being sold for about 40,000 gil each. So it always happens right before a patch launch. It's always just a ridiculous increase. So I've gone back to the original method, the old method, which is to do Spicy Tomato Relish with Master Culinarian, and then using Goldsmith Desynth to desynth the Artisan Spectacles. Now, the reason I've gone for that is because pretty much all the materials are so cheap, and if you have a level 50 Botanist, then you can gather all the materials yourself. So the 4 materials you need are Dzemael tomatoes, which you can get if you have a level 50 Botanist at 1 PM from Eastern Lenosia. So if you go to Eastern Lenosia 1 PM and use your, I think it's Truth of the Mountains or whatever, you know, the looking for the level 50 unspoiled nodes, then you can gather them all yourself. There's no need to buy them off the market board for more than 3,000 gil each. You know, you can just gather them by yourself. Cinnamon you can buy from vendor for next to nothing. And table salt you can craft for like 1 gil each. You know, they are worth nothing, but it's worth crafting them high quality. And dark vinegars, what you need to do is you need to go to Upper Lenosia, and you need to go to the west side of Upper Lenosia. So if you teleport to I think it's Camp Bronze Lake, then you need to use the ferry to get to the other side, or you can just run north from Aleport. And in that area, level 25 Botanist, you can gather noble grapes, and the noble grapes is what are used basically, sorry, to make dark vinegars. So you need 4 grapes, and you can craft them into 3 vinegars, and again do them high quality. So whenever I do this Spicy Tomato Relishes, I always go for high quality tomatoes, high quality salt, high quality vinegar. High quality cinnamon, there is no point. It will add about 20 high quality rating to your initial craft, and on my server at least, the high quality cinnamons are sold for like 1,000 gil each, so there's absolutely no point. Just buy the normal ones from the vendor for like, I don't know, 6 gil or something, and that's it. And what you can do is you can use the level 80 rotation that I published a long time ago, and it's basically, as long as you have enough CP from Bula based food, then you can get the rotation done, and it's pretty much 100% high quality the whole time as well. And the reason why is because we're using basic touch throughout the rotation. There isn't any hasty touch whatsoever, so the chances of it succeeding are basically guaranteed. So, you know, that's what I'm doing. So for now, this is all I'm going to be doing in order to get Master Demateria's and Fieldcraft Demateria III's. On my server, Botanist, Master Demateria's are now selling for 700k each, and Fieldcraft Demateria's, last time I checked, have gone over 250k each, which is absolutely ridiculous. It always happens just before a patch. So if you're trying to gather them or sell them or make money, whatever, this is pretty much the only economical way to do it. Unfortunately, this is pretty much the only way. Every other method is just too expensive at this moment, and every other, trying to gather the materials for any of the other crafts, Desynth is also very slow, you know. So if you wanted to gather tons of dark steel, for example, and do it with blacksmith or armorer, you can only gather so much dark steel per day, so that is a very, very slow process. Whereas for this, it's a lot quicker. So yeah, and you can get up to if you're very lucky, you can get up to 30 high quality tomatoes per day, but you have to be extremely lucky for that. I usually get about 10 to 15. So every 1 p.m. of Eorzea time, I go back to Eastern Lenosia, I gather some more. I try and gather some more high quality tomatoes, and that's it. And that's just to avoid costs. So literally my costs of going after these desynths are, I don't know, maybe the cost of the shards, you know, the cost of the cinnamon, and that's pretty much it. And like 1 gil per high quality table salt. So given I'm doing it this way, my costs are absolutely minimal. So, you know, I'm running out of shards, but yeah, I need some. So my costs are pretty much shards only, and I have the chance of getting a Master Demateria worth 700k for my efforts. And my desynth for Goldsmith at the moment is at 94.89. And before, I was determined to keep Carpenter and Blacksmith at 100 and Goldsmith at 95, because these two with cheap petrified logs and cheap scheelite seem to be a much quicker way of getting the desynth done. But because of the change with petrified logs and so on, and given as well that I don't really see it changing, you know, in the future, I don't really see much demand for petrified logs going into 2.4, given that everyone's going to be focused on spending their points on the new materials. I would say going forward for patch 2.4, this will probably be the cheapest way of doing it. I'm sure as well that given that 2.4 is introducing new recipes, that there will be new recipes that will be able to desynth and get into Fieldcraft Demateria IIIs and so on. And if I do find a cheap recipe for patch 2.4 of getting them, then I of course will release another video. But for now, in case you've sort of hit a dead end with desynthing and you're wondering how do I do desynth with 2.4, given that the market board has been cleared out on your server, probably has by the richest players, then this is the way to do it going forward. It's a self-sufficient role. It just requires 50 Culinarian and 50 Botanist, sorry, and then you can do this forever. And that's what I'm intending to do. And I'm also slowly working towards my Culinarian Luminary as well. So the thing is, these Luminary achievements, they take a long time, and as you can see, I need to synthesize 3,041 to 50 cooking recipes. So if I actually do it by crafting 2,000 Spicy Tomato Relishes, and I can have then like 200 chances of getting Dematerias and Fieldcraft Dematerias, and so be it, I will do that, because I will make a huge amount of money. So you see here right now 8.8 million. By the time I'm done, I'll probably have like, I don't know, 50 plus million. And in terms of money these days, in case you're wondering how to make money, still the best way of making money just for the sake of making money is spirit bonding, because with spirit bonding you don't need to invest so much money into gathering the desynth armor. It doesn't take that long if you have a Spirit Bond party in South Shroud or in Northern Vanderland to Spirit Bond fully. And also as well, the materia cost for the Animus will always keep the demand for materias, especially the rank 4 materias, extremely high, especially with the ninja class just around the corner, because the ninja class will have its own relic, which I'm sure some people are going to be racing to get to Animus and then Novus and then Nexus and so on. So the materia demand, I don't see it going down probably until the expansion, to be honest. So spirit bonding is probably the proven method, at least for now, unless they change something until the expansion. So yeah, so if you like my style of guides and you like me to make more, then just, you know, keep the support coming. I do love the positive feedback on my channel. I do really appreciate the positive feedback on my channel, and as well I am always trying to share this information because I'm not greedy. You know, I don't need to have all the magic methods to myself and become the richest guy in 14. I don't really care about that. Whatever I can do to support the players, I will do it. I will share all the information when I get it, really, because at the same time I do want the market to flourish. I do want there to be loads of people getting all these rare items so that the price of them goes down, because that will benefit all players. You know, it shouldn't be about the rich few who can get richer. You know, are a community, we should share. So if we have more people doing these things, which will get more materials onto the market board and flowing, which will get the prices down, then great. Then that's my mission accomplished, because that's what I would like to do. And yeah, so as always, you know, this, I don't know how many guides I've done for crafting and gathering so far, but I will put a detailed description of everything I've just said and the reasons why I'm doing this as well into the description below the video. And if you like, please share, please tell your friends to check out my channel. The more subscribers, the more it helps me in my personal life, because maybe I'm not making that much money from YouTube, but it's a little amount of money, but it really, really helps. You know, that's the thing. I mean, I'm unfortunately not in a position just yet to offer prizes for my viewers and stuff like that. I really wish I could get to that level. So if you guys support me and help me out, then I hopefully will start doing giveaways. And speaking of which, though, something that I will have a giveaway for very soon is one of the Moogle attire codes, maybe 2 by the end of the Japanese live stream, because I've been purchasing the premium streams and I've already used a Moogle code on myself once, but then I'm probably going to have 2 more to give away. So anyway, be ready for that, check that out, and I will see you next time. So as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.